Hi, this is Master Peter C. Brusso, and I have to apologize. Our intro chunk of video was too dark. We had a pitch-hitting video person in, and we didn't catch it. No worries at all. She did a great job and everything else. Just we shot in some dark. So let me get into the material from an audio standpoint ever so briefly till we bring in the right chunk of video. I wanted to talk about the legal issues. We had someone who talked to us a bit about what if in weapons disarms from last week. During a disarm, you actually can change roles between the victim and the attacker. You being the victim at the wrong end of the gun or a knife, and as you make the disarm, then you've got the weapon. You can't go punish him. Remember, we talked about the clear the angle of attack. We talked about controlling the weapon, disarming the weapon, and then fourth, neutralizing. Well, as a civilian, you really can't run around neutralizing people. Okay, that you go to jail for that stuff. So if you ever have to defend yourself like that, you've got to be very careful on what you do on the neutralization part. Neutralizing an attacker, when it comes down to a disarm, can mean just that. You've disarmed them, you've got them at bay, you hold them for the police. So you have to be very careful at what you do and say about that. Remember, it's better to be tried by 12 than carried out by 6. That's always the case. So I just wanted to bring that out, and other than that, we're going to start to learn some arnis, which is Filipino stick fighting today, remembering that you are the weapon, and that no matter what comes in the hands of an Anjing Banfa, we are the weapons. It's just an extension of our mind, and that's the way we train. That's the way we move in and out of our weaponry, as a matter of fact, and we'll have a defender bite. So without any further ado, let's get right to it.
Okay, good to go. All right, we had a request. Actually, it was from Russia. The request was about a reverse choke from behind and how to use a defender to get out of that. Let me have you take your jacket off just so we can show where we're going to hit, but it doesn't matter. It'll go right through the jacket as well. Barney, my trusty assistant, with his powerful psychic disincentive. Now, where we're going to actually get is right about there in our attack, and that's an attack we commonly use all the time anyway. So in a choke, and we'll try to watch, what you're going to want to do is obviously turn your head in a little bit, but you come up here and you see what happens to Barney. So a lot of people will scrape down. That's not what you want to do. You want to come up to the top and enter in that tissue, and you can just take them right off and do what you want to do. Okay, so we're going to pair up and try that. Very powerful. Oh, go put your jacket on. We'll let them see that too. Okay. You get the same effect, I think. What do you think, Barney?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to pair up and do that. That answers the mail. We had a really good defender class, a real quick one. We actually started playing with some more of the other tools. We have Band-Aids on everybody now. We're going to learn a little arnis. The first thing we're going to learn is the first 4 strikes and blocks in arnis. Our arnis stick is what we do is we hold the very bottom, and then we take our right hand, our favorite hand, and that's as much as you want hanging out the end, as opposed to Kali or Eskrima. They're usually down at the very bottom. We tend to be up here because we use these for hooks and disarms, typically. So with Barney, here to show, you just stay actually right about there. Our first 4 strikes will come from a position like this, where I make a V with my arm and my stick, and my other hand is in the middle here to protect myself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and strike. Here's a 1 strike, and it comes to his temple. 2 strike to the other temple. 3 strike to the elbow or the side. 4 to the other elbow. Now I'll do it to the camera so they can kind of see that. So I'm here. So there's a 1 strike, I come across my body, 2 cross my body, 3 cross my body, 4, okay? Now you'll want to notice the footwork. If I'm striking this side of the body, I'm going to be stepping with that leg. So here's my 1 strike, back to a neutral position with my feet, 2 strike, back to a neutral position with my feet, 3, neutral, 4. Neutral. So you can imagine it's kind of like a V on the ground. You're moving like so. And actually, if you see the Filipinos when they're doing their little stick dance, this is what they're doing. All their footwork is in their dancing. And so it was hidden. As a matter of fact, a little bit of history there. In World War II, all martial arts was outlawed. And before that, actually, the Spaniards, et cetera, in the Philippines. So if you watch their dances and their drums, they're all the same strikes and blocks that we use, that they just made it into a, a dance that could be done for your enemy, and yet you're still practicing your stick technique. Let me see what that is. Last time was a caravan. I don't know what that one is. Okay, so we're going to saddle up and try this out. Somebody's going to be just standing there, and I want you to concentrate on coming in with your footwork and attack those 4 places. And then I'll show you the defense for that in just a minute. Okay? Let's pair up and try that. So we did our 4 strikes, and there's actually 13 in the system. We're going to look at the blocks now. Really super simple. So I'm in my defensive position like this. Number 1's heading to my head. That's all I'm doing. Number 2's heading to the other side. Number 3. Number 4. And back to my defensive position. So it's as if you're dead sticking it, although we don't really like that well. You want to kind of angle it slightly one way or the other. And so you literally don't even have to get out of your posture. Notice that if I'm getting attacked on this side, I'm letting that side fall away as I'm making my blocks, and the next one's coming on this side. I want to remove my target. It's coming on this side. I want to remove that target. Notice I'm always coming back to center. Now on the defensive thing, you notice I'm actually coming in the inverse V. Instead of coming forward, I'm actually stepping back. Somewhere back there. There. Okay? So if you were to attack me, we'll do a 1. 1. Okay. 2. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. And that's now it's my turn. 1. 2. 3. 4. Now it's your turn to attack. 1. Notice I'm keeping my hand back here, bracing my weapon. Like so. Okay. Okay. 3. Flip your feet the other way. Remember, because you want to take the target away, right? So as I'm attacking that target's no longer there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Footwork was screwed up. But if your partner blows it, don't hit him. Make sure you stay on target. Just don't start wailing away. All right? And we'll pick up the next ones in a minute. All right, I failed to talk about how we hold our stick in arnis classes, like so. We kind of fold it up underneath our armpit, and this comes around. This is so you don't have people hitting people by accident or whatever, or flipping this thing around, and you look in a class that looks organized and it's the way it should be. We're going to learn Cuatro Canto, which means 4 corners. Imagine a box, rectangle box between us, okay? And we're going to strike a 1, an 8, a 2, and a 9. And this is how it kind of works. And you want to keep your hand nice and loose. You don't want it real stiff, okay? Because that means you won't have any speed to it. The other thing you want to learn to do is this section of your stick or blade is your working part. If he starts to hit too low into here, it'll feel a different vibration in my hand. My hand will know he's too close to me. So in a case where he's starting to hit too close, I need to back up or readjust my striking pattern. We utilize this, it's called communication. We utilize this in between our attacks. So if we were going to go fight right now, he could say, all right, he's going to break away to make an attack. So make some kind of attack out of this. then it's my turn. See, I blocked it, right? Then it's my turn to come across, then it's his turn to strike, okay? And it's my turn, and he didn't make the block. So that's how you learn block and strike, and then as we talk about how bad we did, we go back into communication. Also, the Cuatro Canto teaches you how to move with your opponent, and also keeping this hand inside. You don't want it hanging out there because he'll lop it off. Punk, okay? So I like to keep my hand in here. And if you had a knife or a dagger that would be in this hand, I'd be reaching out and cutting his arm each time with this cleared stick and dagger. Spotty dagger. So with communication, I'm backing up and he can feel the strikes are getting loose. So he's going to regain his ground with me. And he's moving that way, so I want to stop his circle. One of the major things about fighting, especially if you're going to go do circles, you don't want them to do circles. You want to force them out of that and over things, okay? So that's another reason that you utilize Cuatro Canto as a good communications tool. While we're on camera, we're going to use our target over here. I'm going to show you the 13 strikes, and then I'll show you the 13 blocks to camera. How about that? It'd be easy. I'm in my attack position. Here's 1, what you've learned, 2, 3, 4. 5 comes as a stab directly to the stomach. 6, you're hitting the pectoralis area. 7, the other side. 8, knee. 9, knee. 10's a cut across the chest. 11's the opposite direction across the chest. 12 is in the head. 13 is in the groin. Those are your 12 strikes and strikes. I'll do them quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Let me show you the blocks for those. We've learned 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, the 5 strike is coming directly through to my stomach, so what I'm going to do is literally lift it up like this. So if a stick came through, right through here, okay? See, I'm kind of moving around that. So you're going to stab here. Boom. Okay, just that easy. So that's your 5 here. 6 is coming into here. You smack it off and check it. 7, smack, check. 8's heading for my knee. You return with an 8 strike. 9's going for the other knee. 9. 10's coming down. You're going to be shooting up and blocking it. 11's coming around. Block. 12, block. It's an umbrella block. 13, striking down. Now use Damien. Come on out here. No. Okay. Then we'll do this at the end, or at another time. But can you remember the 6s, 7s? Remember those 8s and 9s? Okay. So and a 5. Okay. So remember, 5's coming through here, right? And then 6 is going to come into here. 6 comes off it like that. 6, 7, 8 after this knee. 9 after that knee. Okay, right? So that's a 5, 6, 7, 8 combination, which we're going to go do right now. Yep. On the 5, what I forgot to tell you, the 5, you have to imagine that this is a machete. My 5 comes back like this and it's hidden, which is easy to do with a body my size, but you want to not have it available for people to see. It shouldn't be here. It's back here. And then as it comes through, boom, they get it. Okay, it's an optical illusion on a 5. Now let's go train. track me over here. We're going to find out toes on the line, see what they learned. Damien, what did you learn you like today?
I like the Cuatro Canto, the different mechanisms, like if you're going back and if it's too close, you can feel the different vibrations among the stick. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of true with almost all of our weapons. When we're doing weapon to weapon, you can kind of feel it in your hands. And that Cuatro Canto is a really good drill, by the way, to establish what that feeling is all about. And Austin was actually with me when he was a little bitty, tiny tiger, and I kind of grew up. So Austin, what did you learn you liked?
I love the 13 steps. They're hard to learn, but they're...
The strikes, you mean? Yeah?
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, well, you were always good at stuff like that. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Mateus, first time here. What did you learn you liked?
So far I've liked everything. It's very interesting. I really like the efficiency and the mechanics of the body functions that you're teaching us, and it's very educational. Look forward to more.
Good. Now, when I ask those questions, there's usually always one thing that's like, oh, that was wow, that was really cool. Did anything stand out for you?
I think the Cuatro Canto.
Cuatro Canto?
Yeah.
I thought it would be like the Defender, the Ronsonator in the side of your neck that's still there.
Yeah. I got a welt on my
Oh, yeah,
arm
good.
too still.
Barney, what did you learn you liked?
Definitely the stick fighting.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it's fun, absolutely.
Yeah?
I like the blocks, but more than anything, it's definitely a respectable art to try. You need to practice to really master it properly, and I would definitely like to learn a little bit more about it.
Well, you're going to learn. It's part of us. It's part of, my teacher's name was Fred Sellecup, and he got me up to like a brown belt in arnis. So we know single stick pretty well. We know double stick to some degree, and a spotty dog to some degree. So we'll get on to all that stuff. And Gilda is behind the camera. She's a brown belt, was pregnant. There's the last of the end part of it, a long time ago. Gilda, what did you learn you liked today?
I actually like the little plastic defender.
The Defenders, right. What did you like about them?
They're easy to use. They're very effective.
They're very effective. It's surprising how effective they are, isn't it?
Yes, and even if you don't remember exactly what to do,
It doesn't take long.
no.
Doesn't take long. All right, good. Well, and unfortunately, Simon's not here to say, but you can say it for Simon now.
Simon says, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. That's how you do that, and we'll see you next week.